how are you doing? This is Martin from Gardens for Life. In this video I'm going to introduce this vegetable to you. It's called Orphir, and a little garlic like bulbs are actually called broad balls. It's actually a vegetable from the Benelux states. It's in the Leek family and it tastes pretty good. Tastes actually surprisingly just like leek, and it's pretty nice. It actually stores really well, and you can just take these off the main bulb after you dry it a little bit. You can eat those just like you would with garlic, but they're nowhere near as spicy, of course, and they have a different flavour. Definitely an awesome vegetable to try. So I'll show you how I plant these about 1 year ago, last year in September, and I'm just harvesting these now at the end of the summer, or towards the end of the summer in August now, the year after. So to plant Orphir in your garden, you basically just prepare your no-dig beds the same way as you normally would. You just simply mulch it with a bit of compost, maybe an inch or less, and then you can just stick your actual cloves. You can stick them in the ground, of course the correct way around, with the root down and the tip up. And just like garlic, you plant it, and then in the winter time the frost will actually split this, and then it will grow throughout the growing season until the end of next summer. Like all of the garlic varieties out there, including elephant garlic, which is actually in the leek family as well, same as this one, it will actually take up a garden bed for an awful long time, so there's not really much you can do in terms of succession planting, other than some winter vegetables maybe. So we planted them into this bed here. There's also a couple of Portuguese kale plants in the middle, and a rosemary plant here, and a couple of cats. So we planted them just like that, same as garlic. You just put the root side down and the tip up, and you just plant them. You space them out first, you put them on the surface, maybe one every 6 inches or 15 centimeters. Then you just push it down gently, and you cover it lightly so the birds don't pull it up until it's grown. So just like garlic, if you plant these Orphirs in your beds before the winter, they will split into lots of little bulbs. But if you plant them in springtime, I reckon you're going to get big, huge broad balls. So maybe that could be an advantage, especially for harvesting and cooking. It took 15 minutes to actually harvest that bed now. It took a bit longer than the elephant garlic anyway, which can be just pulled up just like that. As you can see, the stalks actually look just like garlic, and they even make the same kind of a flower on the top. You could eat that just like a garlic scape. Of course that's probably a bit too far gone now at this stage. We actually wanted to let some of them go to flower just to see if we can get seeds from them, but maybe we'll just harvest them all at this stage. There's only 3 of those anyway, 3 or 4, and we will just use this bed for another purpose. Although here's one actually that has started to open, so maybe we'll just leave it there, and hopefully we'll get some seed as well as our actual tubers. What do you think? Would you eat that? Nope. Thank God cats don't eat our vegetables. Well, if they did, we wouldn't mind. We wouldn't have to buy nuts for them and canned food. Alright, let's get harvesting. Let's see how many we're going to get. We got these Orphir from Jason, from Jason's Jungle on YouTube. He's got some good videos, so I'll put a link to his channel below. If you're watching this, thanks a million, Jason. We've already eaten some of these and they're quite delicious. Alright, it took 15 minutes to harvest that bed of Orphir, and I got maybe a crate full, but I'm going to clean those first. Check it out. Those need to be cleaned properly yet, and you can see some of them are bigger than others. Some of them are quite sizable, kind of like garlic cloves. But some of them are only small, but you have to remember that I only started off with relatively small broad balls, or broad balls as they're called. So I'm going to clean these up and we'll see how we done. A quick taste test. Let's see. You can eat them just like that, or you could cook them. Tender. Kind of like onion, but without the sting. Definitely reminds me of leek, but it's very kind of like halfway between leek and onion, but as I said, without the spice of the onion. So all in all, pretty good. So it's already dark now. I'm trying out my new light. It's probably way too bright at this stage, but here are all of the Orphirs, and it took a good while to actually clean them all up. So we're going to check out how many we've got. We're flying away. Definitely way more than I expected. Jason from Jason's Jungle, if you're watching this, I wonder if you wouldn't mind giving us a comment below. So what do you think of that? Pretty good harvest. It did take a good while to actually separate these from the compost though. So I'm pretty happy with that, and we'll be offering some of these on our website if you're interested in growing the same crop. I reckon a clove probably about this size would turn into a bulb something like this size after 1 year. Well, actually after about 9 to 10 months. I could have harvested these earlier too. I'm going to actually separate the bulbs from the loose cloves because I don't want them to be lined there too densely in case they don't dry properly. So that should be grand. I'd say they'll dry like that. Look at that, some of the cloves are quite big and a lot of them are also quite small, as you can see. The flies are absolutely really bad out here in the greenhouse, especially when you have a headlight on. As you can see, this one here has actually already been dried for probably about a week or so, maybe 10 days. And the actual cloves are easy to just separate from the bulb, and then those can be replanted. Those are quite sizable now, I have to say. Similar to garlic, and you could probably use them like that in the cooking as well. Especially when you're starting off any dish in the frying pan, for example, you could add those along with a bit of garlic to some butter. Thanks a million for watching the video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate it very much. And if you're looking for tubers or Orpheus or any of the other vegetables that we like to feature here on our channel, most of them are available on our web shop, gardenforlife.ie/shop. And usually all of them are perennial as well. Thanks a million, all the best. I'll see you later.